What is up, guys? Crypto Bera here, and yes, things are still looking quite bad for Bitcoin, but we are potentially turning around in the short term. So let's talk about it today, starting off in the 1 hour chart. So as you can see, obviously in the 1 hour chart, we were trading in a downtrend, constantly making lower highs and lower lows, but it looks like we've actually broken this downtrend right here. So if you take a good look at my screen, you can also see this orange line right here, and that is drawn because actually we've identified a bullish divergence on the 1 hour chart, meaning we have lower lows in the price and higher highs in the RSI momentum indicator. And this means that sellers are actually losing some strength, and we could expect either some sideways action or a trend reversal back to the upside. And as you can see clearly, after we've identified this, you can see Bitcoin actually started moving to the upside, and there is now some sideways price action. So although we are still in a downtrend, this is some positive price action for Bitcoin, and we are now actually looking to break through back to that 114k level and then continue our way upwards for us to possibly go back to that 120k level and make a higher high. But of course, before we can actually make that higher high, I am looking for some candle closes above this level, and will not only look for those on the 1 hour chart, but also of course on the 4 hour chart, because as you can see on the 4 hour chart, we also broke this trend line going to the downside, and we're also looking at a similar setup right here where we need some candle closes above this line for me to turn a bit more bullish in the short term and actually see us getting these higher price levels. However, in the situation that we actually don't hold this line and break back down, things are still not looking well for us, and we could actually be looking at some more lower prices. So if we look at the daily chart, of course you can see we broke out of that rising wedge and we're still trading below these levels. So if there is not a change in the short term and we're still going to be trading below these levels, we could see some more downwards movement. And lastly, coming back to the weekly chart, where of course we have discussed that we have a bearish divergence that is similar to the last top, where we actually got a bit of a higher high in the chart right here, but a lower high in the RSI momentum indicator, which led to that blow off top and only downwards movement from there. So the next coming 1 to 2 days are going to be crucial for Bitcoin to see if we can actually get another top, or we're still going to be moving downwards. So let's also take a look at the liquidation heat map. So as you can see right here, we have a lot of liquidity sitting here at the upside, while we have swept away a lot of the liquidity at the levels of around 116 to 113k. And if you're unfamiliar with the liquidation heat map, Bitcoin often tends to move towards the price where there is the most liquidity. So if we're gonna move back up, we could see us getting into that 120k level zone again to get one more clean sweep of that liquidity and grab another high before a possible end of the bull market. Then also, if we check the ETF inflow table, we can actually see that we've had back-to-back ETF outflows, with a huge outflow on the 19th of August, as well as a pretty big outflow yesterday. However, we can see that on yesterday, the outflows have decreased a bit, so this could be a potential indicator of selling pressure actually decreasing in the short term. So once again, this was the market update of today. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for the next one, where I cover what is going to happen after the price breaks upwards or downwards and what the next price targets are going to be.